congratulations on the award. And I'd just like to thank you for coming along. And so A&R, what's the relationship between A&R and production?
Not getting in the way.
Who, producer or A&R?
Oh no, not getting in the way of the artist and the producer. So the idea is to do as little as possible.
Which he does very well.
You do very little very well.
Yeah. Well, the idea is they're doing it. All you're doing is prodding them back on the path should they fall off.
So you have a path in mind.
Well, you learn what their path might be.
Right.
It's a team game. It's a team game between the producers, the artists, the writers, the musicians. All you're really doing is, you're sort of a referee and kind of keeping order and making sure the drug budget's not too big and we don't spend too much money in posh studios. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it's just...
It sounds quite straightforward to me.
It's incredibly straightforward. If the people are talented and they've written great songs, you look like a fucking genius. So that's...
Speaking of which,
the idea is to pick the right people to work with in the first place.
A definition of people who have taste that help. They're like mini. I don't know what's the word.
They're like a Bengali.
That's the manager, isn't it? No. A&R is.
They like to think they are.
Different from management.
They hopefully keep the ship on course. They're at the wheel. Someone has to be at the wheel. I mean, I know the producer, but the producer has moments of...
I suppose what you'll do, you'll keep it... you have to allow everybody to take whatever journey they have to take. You have to know when to rein it in.
Yeah.
And you have to know when to say, look, this isn't really going anywhere. Stop.
Responsible adult.
Yeah, but you have to be able to talk to everyone. You have to be able to talk to a musician in a way that he doesn't think you're a twat. You have to be able to communicate with everybody and make sense of it.
Is it still the case that A&R spot talent earliest? That was always the myth of the great A&R guy.
That's part of it. Being a great talent scout is often... There are people who are brilliant talent scouts who aren't particularly involved in the recording process. And there are people who are really, really good at the broad, management of a record, who aren't really that interested. I mean, I've been doing this for a very long time, and I started as standing at the back of the Lord Nelson, hoping I'd bump into Stevie Wonder. And then you spend your time being a backup to the record producer. They can be separate jobs. I mean, you can have a career in A&R as a great scout. You can have a career in A&R as a sort of, as an adjunct to the record, to the whole.
But you're still mentoring them to the next stage.
Yeah, and you can flip between the two.
Do you have any particular talent spotting favourites you like to drop at dinner parties? If it wasn't for me, there would be no...
No. Quite often it's pulling the ones, it's going into other people's bins in record companies and going, why are you going to drop Def Leppard?
Yeah.
It's those ones where things are nearly out the door. I mean, famously, the bands over the years that nearly got dropped. It was one track away. I mean, Human League, Virgin, they were a track away from being dumped.
Well, some were. Decca and the Beatles, for example.
Yeah. So there's there's that.
There's always...
I mean, someone that's on my mind this week, who tragically died, Colin Vinkum.
Colin Vinkum died?
Yeah, last week.
Died last week, driving himself to...
Oh, sorry, I didn't know this. I knew him.
Yeah, me.
Liverpool.
I signed Colin to A&M.
Barry and Terry Wogan. Colin Vinkum of Black. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Sorry, I thought it was Colin.
No, okay, fine.
No, but
carry on.
Colin had been signed to WEA, was dropped. They did a record on their own with the engineer that we ended with Steve Power Engineering. They funded Wonderful Life themselves with Dave Dix producing, and I heard it on the radio. It got played on, I don't know if it was John Peel, but it was played. I was driving to I was probably driving to sort of Birmingham to see a band, you know, or driving back at 1 in the morning, and heard it on the radio. And this is an artist who'd been signed to a label, been through a process of making a record, had been dropped. For most people, that's the end. You know, people think if someone's been on a label and they couldn't make a go of it, they rarely get a second chance. But you know, sometimes they haven't worked with the right people. As I said, it's a team game, and you have to have the right people around you.
Everything's Coming Up Roses was the single.
That was the first single.
You chose that?
Yes.
Oh, I got it on white vinyl.
Yeah, it wasn't a hit.
1997. No, it wasn't.
It was my idea to put it out first. Wonderful Life had been out.
Yeah, it didn't get
And then got to 50. So we put out Everything Coming Up Roses second, which didn't connect. Well, basically couldn't get radio play. Then we went to The Sweetest Smile. Then we went back
Massive
to Wonderful
hit this
Life,
summer,
and it was huge.
Oh, he was can't be more than 50.
53.
He had a car
His memorial's at Liverpool Cathedral on February the 19th, and it's a public memorial.
Are you going to that?
I'll be going. Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate it. Anyway, congratulations on a more upbeat note. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks very much. Pleasure.